Hi everyone, this is Veronica. Today we are going to talk about access to internet is a basic right. So this has been said by Kerala High Court. We'll discuss this topic in detail. For my video updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook because I feel together we can make a difference. Now see what is the relevance of this topic in your exam. It will be covered in your mains paper 2, Indian Constitution, historical underpinnings and etc. At objective level, you should know what is Article 19, subjective level, what is digital literacy, background of this case as well. Now see in what context today we are studying this, because Kerala High Court has held that the right to have access to internet is a part of fundamental right to education as well as the right to privacy under Article 21 of the Constitution. So there was this case Fahima Shireen versus State of Kerala, where Kerala High Court declared the right to internet access as a fundamental right, forming a part of the right to privacy and the right to education under Article 21. Now talking about right to access internet. See, the court ordered to re-admit a student. So this is a background story. This student had been expelled from the college hostel for using her mobile phone beyond the restricted hours. Then the court observed that when the Human Rights Council of the UN, so there's this Human Rights Council of the UN, they have certain observations, and even they have observed and found that the right to access to internet is a fundamental freedom and a tool to ensure right to education. So a rule or instruction which impairs the said right of the students cannot be permitted to stand in the eye of law. So the bench contended the use of mobile phones amounted to a violation of fundamental right to freedom of speech and expression under Article 19(1)(a) of the Constitutions. Now talking about this particular Article 19(1)(a), so the restriction here, the court has actually cited the observation of Supreme Court in S. Rangarajan versus P. Jagjeevan Ram case 1989. So it said that fundamental freedom under Article 19(1)(a) can be reasonably restricted only for the purpose mentioned in Article 19(2) and not for anything else. And the restriction must be justified on the anvil of necessity and not the quick stand of convenience or expediency. So what 19(2) provides you? Reasonable restrictions are there on Article 19(1)(a) in the interest of sovereignty and the integrity of India. So the reasons being the security of the state, friendly relations with foreign states, public order, decency, morality in relation to contempt of court, defamation or incitement of offense. If any one of these are being hampered, or these are the reasons, only then you can put reasonable restrictions to the use of internet or anything like that. Now we will talk about, this is a different kind of inequality in our society today, that is digital inequality. So recently, as we were discussing this Fahima Shireen versus State of Kerala, here the Kerala High Court declared the right to internet access as a fundamental right. So here we will talk about digital inequality also, because inequality is a concept that underpins most intervention focused on social justice and development. So it resembles the mythological serpent Hydra in Greek mythology. As the state attempts to deal with one aspect of inequality, many new aspects keep coming up. So in recent times, several government and private sector services have become digital. Some of them are only available online. So this leads to a new kind of equality, that is digital inequality, where social economic backwardness is exacerbated due to information poverty, lack of infrastructure and lack of digital literacy also. So here if we talk about the Indian case, like how it is there in India, according to, there is a report by Deloitte, Digital India Unlocking the $1 Trillion Opportunity. So in mid 2016, digital literacy in India was less than 10%. Now we are moving to a global economy where knowledge of digital processes will transform the way in which people work, collaborate, consume information and entertain themselves. So this has been acknowledged in Sustainable Development Goals as well as by the Indian government and has held to Digital India Mission. Now what are the benefits of digital literacy or equality? Offering services online has cost and efficiency benefits for the government and also allows citizens to bypass lower level government bureaucracy. However, in the absence of internet access and digital literacy enabling that access, there will be further exclusion of large parts of population, exacerbating the already existing digital divide. So there is economics behind this also, because moving governance and service delivery online without the requisite progress in internet access and digital literacy also does not make economic sense. So for instance, there are common service centers, CSCs, which operate in rural and remote locations and are physical facilities which help in delivering digital government services. Now, while the state may be saving resources by moving services online, it has also spent resources since a large chunk of citizens cannot access these services. So there is importance of digital literacy. Internet access and digital literacy have implications beyond access to government services. So digital literacy allows people to access information and services, collaborate, navigate socio-cultural networks. So in fact, the definition of literacy today must include the ability to access and act upon the resources and information found online. So how we can conclude this is the courts have always interpreted Article 21 as a broad spectrum of rights considered incidental or an integral to rights of life. Recognizing this right will also make it easier to demand accountability from the state, as well as encourage the legislature and executive to take a more proactive role in furthering this right. For what we call an information society, unequal access to internet, it creates and reproduces socio-economic exclusions. So it is very important to recognize the right to internet access and digital literacy to alleviate this situation and allow citizens increased access to information services and the creation of a better livelihood and opportunities. So this is all about today's lecture. Now there's a question for you. Do you think declaring access to internet as a citizen's right is defensible proposition? Critically examine the statement in light of recent judgment passed by High Court of Kerala. This is one question. Another could be, what are the impact and challenges of internet access and digital literacy on socio-economic development? So let me discuss the first question. So this is a landmark judgment the High Court Kerala has given. That is why there are very fair chances that this is an important question. So here the key demand of the question is that one has to debate whether access to internet as a citizen's right is defensible proposition or not with suitable justifications, and you need to critically examine. Critically examine means when asked to examine, we have to look into the topic, content, words in detail, inspect it, investigate it, and establish the key facts and issues. For example, for the structure of the answer, firstly you need to write the introduction. So in brief, explain the right to internet access is the view that all people must be able to access the internet. You need to give the good thing about the internet here. You need to relate it with rights to freedom of expression and opinion, human rights, etc. Then in body, what you need to tell here, explain in detail how right to internet access is closely linked to the right of freedom of speech, which can be seen to encompass freedom of expression as well. And then in body itself, discuss the advantages and critiques to the proposition, and then explain how you should go about it. So in conclusion, you need to give a way forward for it. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you. So this is a channel StudyIQ. If you're preparing for UPSC or any government exam, our pen drive and tablet courses are available. If you're preparing for UPSC CAC 2020, our pen drive course is available, where you can find 100% coverage of UPSC vast syllabus. Daily current affair updates will be available. Self-paced learning process is provided. This course has been prepared by top faculties of StudyIQ, and now you can purchase this course at ₹625 per month only. For additional information, you can visit our site, and there are the phone numbers also given. You can call them and gain the additional information. You can connect with me for my video updates on Instagram and Facebook, because I feel together we can make a huge difference. For queries, you can even email me. Thank you so much.